Hello, friends. Good afternoon. My name is Rajendra Bhatia, representing Top Rankers. And well, what I'm talking about is all about Creative Edge. And today we have got something interesting about UC 24. Friends, what drawing questions to expect in UC 2024 is the topic I'm going to discuss with you fairly in detail. So let us look into what is the syllabus, what are the new things in the questions, and what topics have been added up. Let us get on. Let us get on with UCEED syllabus. UCEED 2024 syllabus by IIT Mumbai. Part A in CBT mode with NAT, MSQ, and MCQ sections. Time is 2 hours. Part B revised to include drawing, the old pattern of drawing that has been continued this year also. However, what is new is this design aptitude section, each with one question. That means the drawing and design aptitude with one question each. And part B test duration has been increased to 60 minutes. That means 120 minutes for part A and 60 minutes for part B. That makes it 180 minutes or 3 hours. Exam date, as you all know, is January 21. Friends, looking into all this, let us get on with more detail. Revised syllabus now will read like this. You got visualization and spatial reasoning, ability to visualize and transform 2D shapes and 3D objects and their spatial relationship. Practical and scientific knowledge, capacity to detect concealed properties in day-to-day life and think critically about them. Attention to detail, classification, analyze, inference, and predictions. Observation and design sensitivity, general awareness of environmental, social, cultural, and connection with design. Environment and society, general awareness, environmental, social, cultural connection with the design. Analytical and logical reasoning. Now here is what is new. No doubt, this was also the part of the same. Ability to analyze qualitative and quantitative information. Language, you all know, proficiency in reading and comprehending standard English language. Creativity, grasp of verbal and non-verbal analogies, metaphors, signs, and symbols. Well, friends, going ahead with this, let us kind of infer with the revised syllabus for UCEED 2024 Part B now. Because today I'm going to talk about what question. And I actually, before giving you this live, I have been getting a lot of questions. Sir, what to expect in the aptitude or design aptitude? So here it is. Topic drawing, that is the old one, and design aptitude is what is new. So in drawing, we all know ability to draw products, people, or scenes in proportion with good line quality. Now remember, good line quality, because it's a very competitive and tough competitive exam. Only people having a good practice about strong lines will succeed in compared to the one with weak lines. Composition, proportion. Composition, proportion makes a scene look natural and in in um, understanding. Then design aptitude, capability to practically and appropriately respond to the problems or to the situations with ingenuity and empathy, with intelligence and understanding. Okay, today I will be talking about some sample question of both these parts. So don't miss out and stay back with me for all the details. I have taken as good as 5 solved questions. So you can expect good things to happen in this presentation. Now, what all to prepare for part B? I call it as drawing plus, of course, the design aptitude. Firstly, as we have been doing it now for quite many years, object drawing, scene creation, perspective. Now, you cannot go for a good scene creation, a natural looking scene creation, unless you have got knowledge of all the 3 kinds of perspective. I don't talk about in scene creation the 5-point perspective or multiple point perspective, although any one could lead to multiple point perspective. 1-point perspective, 2-point perspective, or 3-point perspective. Any one of this scene in memory or in imagination can lead to 3-point, a multiple point perspective. Sciography with emphasis on artificial and natural light. Human and animal figure, figure in action, isometric and orthographic presentation. They call it as isometric and orthographic projections. Going to next, same topic continued now for part design aptitude to what I wrote in the previous slide manually. So among the design aptitude, you should have observation, visualization, problem solving, creativity, well practiced, analytical reasoning, logical reasoning. How does this all come from? How does it really get, what all to prepare? Take any problem, visualize any problem. Okay. How do you visualize it? By a good observation. And as you visualize the problem, your observation will get on with brainstorming. From there, you can have a little solution derived. How do you derive the solution? A mind mapping. Mind mapping can come when you look forward for many, many things in the similar subject or leading to the similar subject. So I think we will go more in practical with the questions that I have taken today. Now, this is the old type of sample. You are sitting in a well-ventilated drawing room. It is 9 in the morning and sunlight is streaming through the windows in the east, casting shadows on the floor. A cat is resting on one of the sunlit patches. Newspaper placed beside a cup of hot tea on a small side table. That's here. There are 3 freshly watered potted plants in the room, one on the floor and two on the windowsill, with a watering jug next to it. An elderly person looks like your grandfather is entering from the door opposite to you. From the above description, sketch the scene from your point of view. You're sitting here. Okay? Purposely, the windows have been made to about 8 feet windows, which is a recent concept in construction. A cat is resting on the sunlit area. Had it not been an angle here, this floor would have looked straighter, and that would have been a little better look. It is 9 in the morning, so this must be the east side of the house. Okay, this is not mentioned, but I have taken care of making it a good living room. And this is against a door of 8 feet, not 7 feet as it used to be. Okay, so this is about 10 feet, about 10 feet, out of which 8 feet is the door, 5 feet 6 inches or 5 feet 8 inches is the grandfather kind of a old person entering the room. Maybe I could have really given a stick here, which I missed out. And the thing is, look at the proportion. Now, this I was mentioning purposely for the proportion. Okay, the height of the door or the height of the latest kind of windows. Earlier, it used to be 7 feet at the max. Earlier, they used to have 3 feet down and 4 feet window. Earlier, they used to have 7 feet door, but nowadays it is 8 feet door. So a well proportionate drawing, and everything that has been mentioned, like the newspaper, the hot cup of tea here, the plants, the watering jug, and one plant on the floor that, of course, do not invite for the plant on the floor as if lying down. It is kept on the floor, the gamla around it, and they all have been freshly watered. That means they should look fresh with some water droplets here and there. So those many details are expected in UCEED for this drawing. This drawing would be 50 marks. As you might have noticed or remembered, 200 marks for the aptitude part, and those MCQs and MSQs and NAT questions. And well, this drawing will attract 50 marks. And the next one, of course, there are two samples of this kind. The next one is taken up from one of my student, actual student. Read and visualize the following. A rat is spotted inside a school canteen. A schoolboy is afraid and is standing on a stool or a chair here. A brave schoolgirl is chasing the rat out of the canteen here. A tiffin box is falling on the floor. Now, if this is a present continuous process, so the tiffin box is falling on the floor. 2 school bags and 2 water bottles are kept on the table. 2 school bags and water bottles. A few plates are broken and lying on the floor. Here it is. The canteen owner is watching this in shock, standing on top of the counter table. Now, what does that mean? Standing on the counter table. That means he has got a counter and he has jumped over onto the counter table and is watching all this happening. So what does that mean? That means that the vanishing point would be somewhere around here. As you go up on the counter table, you are somewhere here, and then the vanishing point goes up. So everything down below will be sketched in this direction. That's it. Then sketch this scene from the canteen owner's point of view. That's where, as I earlier mentioned, the vanishing point will go up. Friends, let me tell you, till last year, they never used to have a design aptitude question. It is only inducted this year. So what questions so far I have dealt in, the two question and answer is from the old format, but it has continued. That doesn't mean that they will be erased out. This kind of question, the scene creation question, will definitely be there. Okay. To my mind, these are very scoring kind of a definite answer questions. Now, there is one question which more attract for the design aptitude or design thinking. This question, identify the problem faced by a visually impaired person while using ultrasonic stick for walking. Now see, you can expect UCEED going a little advanced and checking up with your design quotient to a big extent. That means whether you know latest things or not. Now we in Creative Edge Top Ranker, we are taking care of the latest material in design. Those are to be used, and I'm going to tell you something interesting as you continue seeing some of the question. Right now we are just entering the arena of design aptitude. I have got two things to announce. One, I should announce in between where I don't have a separate slide. That is, if you want a detailed information or rather a detailed understanding of these kind of question to be prepared with, you can join me in a crash course, 14 days crash course. Okay. And of course, I'm going to show you also as to what are we going to do. There's another course of even a smaller time period, 8 days, but that is I mean, if you are thinking of a course with me, you can join me for 14 days crash course online also. But if you want to attend physically a boot camp for preparing for UCEED or NIFT later than this, you can join me for in a boot camp from that is going to start on 8th of January. However, our crash courses are available before 8th of January also. Anyway, let me get on with the question. Identify the problem faced by visually impaired person while using ultrasonic stick for walking. Redesign the same, keeping in mind the ergonomics and functionality of the product for the target user. Such type of question will invite for these two things. Brainstorming. Common issues with traditional ultrasonic stick. Now, we have started calling ultrasonic stick also as a traditional one. So much is the advancement in design thinking. Anyway, they are not very accurate at the same time, may confuse or may lead to a confusion to the user. I'll tell you what, an ultrasonic stick may be having a sensor here or a ultrasonic um, radiation starting from here, you know, can only um, take senses of the beam that it is sending across, right? For anything that the blind person has to visualize here, either you need to uplift the stick, like make it like this, or anything from here is to, use the stick AY. So there is a limited range, heavy weight, because you have got ultrasonic um, wave producing instrument fitted into the stick, unclear feedback, complex interface, uncomfortable grip, limited battery life, very high cost, integrated changes, adaptability. Now, what ideation we derive from this brainstorming? We should have enhanced ultrasound module. Design incorporates a detachable ultrasound unit. Actually, I would show the slide and then come back to this ideation. That would be even better. Here it is. Redesigned ultrasonic stick. Here is the user, hold a middle-aged blind person. The stick is in his right hand, whereas a torch kind of a look of ultrasonic device is attached to it, around which there is a rubber grip. Now you detach it out. Take it in left hand. If you are a right hander, so take it out in left hand. And you can try finding out, like maybe, to take an example, um, you want to cross the road. Now, ultrasonic stick will only give you um, understanding of the area in front of the stick, the old type of stick. Although it is modern, but again, I call it as old type of stick. You detach the ultrasonic instrument in left hand and then try to find out what is in left, what is in right, what is in front. So detachable. Again, there should be fair enough of beaming of, infrared light or red light, so that a person coming from the left of the blind person or from the right of the person should also be. Now, this is one kind of a solution I'm giving you, and I'm also emphasizing on to what is the process of design aptitude question solution. It invites for a lot of intelligence, a lot of ingenuity in the understanding of the problem, and as well as it also invites for a well proportionate drawing. So well proportionate drawing do not get erased from your um, uh, vicinity of, in the second question as well. Although the weightage is more for your problem solving aptitude. There is a rubber grip, lightweight, white stick, as we have been seeing these blind people using it. There is a GPS unit, rubber grip at the bottom, aluminum, lightweight, white stick. Ultrasonic thing is detachable, ultrasound unit with red light to be sighted by other people. Now, red light is not for the blind person to see. With rechargeable small batteries. Now, remember what is available so far is the stick. If you want to have a battery rechargeable, you have to remove the battery. Here, you remove the instrument and put it directly on for recharging. The instrument has become light, and now the weight is divided into two hands. So that's the beauty of understanding the problem, processing the problem in your mind for getting a solution, and then a correct depiction of the solution. That is what is required. So I go back onto my previous slide where I was talking about it. So ultrasound unit enabling improved precision and extending the reach of the ultrasound probe. This innovation also significantly reduces the overall weight of the stick, enhancing user comfort. So this ideation is supposed to be written after the sketch. Second, integrated GPS system that I talked on the design also. By integrating a GPS system, this stick provides an invaluable safety feature. Loved ones or caregivers of the visually impaired individual can track their whereabouts in real time, offering peace of mind and additional security to the blind person who is carrying it. Then third, mobile app integration. The inclusion of the dedicated mobile application allow for virtual utilization of the stick's function and functionalities. Users can access an array of features and settings through the app, enhancing convenience and ease of the use while further expanding its capabilities beyond the physical limitation. So this kind of a design thinking, design aptitude, well presented will definitely attract a lot of good support from the or a lot of good dividends um, from any kind of jury. Let us get on with the next question. There may be a question just asking what are the problems. Now that has been actually they have been using such question in CEED, the PG entrance test, for last many years. Here they want you to depict only the problems, not a solution. Now these are different kind of question, which I think could also be replacing the kind of question I gave you earlier, where there was a solution given. Here they will only ask about sketching of the problem. People face issues while traveling in metro trains or locals. Mention any four issues and draw each of them. Remember, you're not to draw the solution, only the problems. So first is overcrowding inside the train. Overcrowding inside the train. Second is overcrowding outside the train. Risk of accidents. Insufficient handles. Now, if there is a overcrowding, definitely the handles provided are less. Anybody who has traveled in metros of Delhi and Mumbai, local train of Mumbai, they all are well acquainted with this kind of a problem. इसका भी झगड़ा होता रहता है, खींचतान होती रहती है, कोई पकड़ के रखा, कोई दूसरे का कंधा ही पकड़ा है, कोई कंधे पे सो रहा है. That kind of a thing happens. Poor accessibility with limited storage for handicaps. Particularly, this is addressing today's metro. A handicapped person, maybe the one we talked about in the previous question, the blind people, they may not be able to really carry anything with them. They will be lost. The crowd is missing here also because there are coaches for physically challenged people. So even there, they find a lot of problems in keeping their belongings and um, kind of stuff. So, friends, this was about another question on third question. Third question for the uh, design aptitude. There may be very interesting question placed before you. One day you wake up in the morning and find out you can change material of anything by just touching it. Five, find five things around you that you would make better by changing the material of these. Explain what material, why, and how would you use them now. A little futuristic kind of a thing, but yes. So here is one. I mean, you can find many more, but since I have to give you an example, this is how you could work out. The glass is delicate to handle and cause injuries when broken. So the material is glass tumbler and now changed to metal tumbler. The material is cheetah jacket and now changed into woolen. It is made up of animal skin, what the cheetah or any animal skin product, which is cruel and inhuman to damage the ecosystem. Forget about the ecosystem, just an inhuman thing. You don't feel like continuing. There are people paying many dollars for such thing, but don't get attracted by. And you cannot always be one manufacturer. In India, it is all banned. What would you like to do? Woolen, maybe a well sustainable woolen thing that also come from a pure wool come from animal only, but it doesn't harm the animal. In fact, it help in the life cycle of the animal. Or you can also ask for acrylic wool. Okay, so the targeted thing become pretty easy for you to find out. We have been discarding plastic material. The material is plastic bag and now changed to hemp bag. Okay, plastic bags are non-biodegradable material which cannot be demolished in any way and increase its use creates hazardous effect. So you can bring it back to, I would prefer even the newspaper thing gobbled up and made a bag of that. Third material that you might as well point out, the material is plastic pot and now changed into stainless steel plot. Some may ask, sir, stainless steel? Yes, stainless steel is eco-friendly due to its recyclability, durability, low toxicity, and resource efficiency. Fifth one, the material is leather and now changed into jute. This, I think, I'm sure many of you all already have adopted, but we are still kind of finding these things. So we keep on hammering of discarding leather bags and discarding the plastic bags. The leather is made up of animal skin, which is cruel and inhuman, damage the ecosystem. You can bring about a jute bag to change it down. Okay, friends, as I announced even in middle also, we have got an upcoming course, the boot camp for NIFT and UCEED 2024. Limited seats, enroll now. You will be surprised at the price of it, only $499. Starting date 8th of January, and it will continue, of course, up to the 14th of January. The boot camp is for physical presence. You need to come to Indore and join the course with such an economical. You will be surprised as to how much you can get. We are going to cover, in short, everything that you require for the examination. Everything, aptitude, drawing, and this design aptitude, everything. So don't forget, if you can afford this. And of course, if you are away and don't want to come and still want to cover your UCEED course, you can join me in the crash course. You want to cover NIFT course, you can join another crash course. This is a good question. Is 14 days crash course can be joined by 8 in the evening? Yes, you can join the crash course because it is online, and well, then you are not seeing the course, I mean the class live, but you can have it day to day um, recorded class on that. The recorded classes are not supplied you all the days, but yes, all the days, and you can still put your question, but that would be sorted out the next day. Every day there will be two classes, one for the aptitude and other for the design, right? And this 14 days course can be joined, definitely. Abhi bhi, there are questions on NID ka cutoff. Last year the cutoff was 62.5 NID में, और इस साल मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि क्वेश्चन इजी थे, खास करके एप्टीट्यूड तो सबका एकदम क्लीन कंप्लीट हो गया, तो कट ऑफ बढ़ जाएगा। जहां इजी होता है क्वेश्चन, इमीडिएटली बढ़ जाता है। Somebody asking about cutoff of UCEED. I'm sorry, you cannot really keep on guessing. You just keep on guessing as to what questions can come or what subject to be studied. And don't waste time on, you know, calculating cutoff doesn't prepare you for the cutoff. Okay? So I believe you can carry on doing a hard work. And I will sincerely suggest, if you can join us in one of this, either the crash course or the boot camp, you will be benefited. You can take it for sure. There was nothing so economical earlier and will not be in future. And there cannot be so comprehensive and strong course offered than this boot camp or the crash course that we have already announced earlier. Anybody who hasn't subscribed us so far, please take care of subscribing so that you get all the. Sir, I am known about UCEED exam in November. If I join the boot camp 7 days course, then can I crack UCEED? I cannot guarantee that you crack UCEED, because in any camp or classes, there are two things happening. What is our delivery and what is your perception? If your perception values are good, our value of the course is fabulous. If your perception ability and your performance ability on the day of exam Now, if these two things are matching, sure you cross over. But any teacher guaranteeing on behalf of a student who is not ready to do anything, attending my course is not a guarantee for you going into. Now, I'm not an agent who is uh, putting you across into IIT Mumbai or IIT Guwahati for that matter. I am a person who is honestly, diligently delivering a good course to you. Friends, for that matter, join me. Our honesty will show off and will pay off also. Now there is this Sheetal who want to contact me. You can always contact me through the website www.toprankers.com, www.creativeish.com. Friends, you can always subscribe my channel and contact us. Okay, you will find at least 2 3 numbers, and immediately um, you can contact us and join the course. We are already there. I mean, our Instagram page has got this, and then of course there is a contact number here: 7676564400. I repeat, 7676564400. Send a message here. You will be given all the details. Right, friends? Not many other questions. I also got a good comment, and thank you very much, Sheetal, for that. Thank you, sir, for excellent class of yours. You will have more of me in the boot camp and also in the crash course. So you can quickly join. I have got what I understand a good knowledge about every creative part of the competitive exam. May it be NID, NIFT, UCEED, CEED, even architecture, NATA, and JEE B. This year they have already included 2 questions of actual drawing in NATA, which were not there in last 3 year examination because of the pandemic starting, and then recouping on to the examination pattern. After all, now lastly, in NATA examination also they have brought in back to the sketching part. And as much as 40% marks have already been allocated. Whereas in UCEED, the drawing section now get 33%, 33.5% marks. Okay, friends, thank you very much for being with me. I say bye-bye, and you still can contact me through this number.